next mistake, what are we up to? Number 14, too fancy. Marketers that get too fancy. Fancy Nancy's a kid's book. It's not a marketer's book, okay? If I can be really blunt about this, clever, creative marketing is great if you have a multi-billion-dollar budget. You know, we look at the Dilly Dilly ads right now for the beer and stuff, and yeah, that's clever, it's creative, it's amazing. And guess what? They have multi-tens of millions a week to spend on advertising. If you don't have multi-tens of millions a week to spend on marketing and advertising, please don't do fancy. Please do scientific. A normal human being wants to buy your product or service. What thought processes do they have? What information do they need? Where do they need to go? You know, you've got to be logical about the science of marketing. You got to be logic about the buying patterns of the person buying from you. You know, even down to the most simple things, Tony, you know, with the disc profile. If I'm trying to sell to a high D in my marketing, then I got to use wording based on that. I got to use the science of human behavior, the science of human buying, more than the creative flair. And this is where often marketers come undone. You know, someone goes and hires a new marketing person and they say, well, what should we do? Well, we got to change the logo. If you ever hire a marketing person and the first thing they tell you is we got to change the logo, fire that moron immediately, okay? Get rid of them now. As Nike has proven over the many, many years, your logo counts for almost nothing. You know, it's important to have a nice looking professional, but that's not going to make or break a marketing department. Get rid of the fancy. Yesterday we talked on having a lot of content in a lot of your marketing, so that having content out there so people can find you. So the next mistake is having just content. Okay, so you've still got to sell online. I see people in their Twitter account is full of all of these great information, and it's memes and great videos and all that stuff, but nowhere do they ever make me an offer to buy anything. And it's like, you've got to make an offer. On social media, it's 1 in 4, 1 in 5 should be a post about, hey, buy this from us. You know, if people see a lot of good value and then every now and again there's a buy this from us, no one's upset by that. You know, and the other interesting thing about that is once you post it, let it run its life cycle, 24, 48 hours, maybe 7 days if it's like an Instagram, and then you can delete it. Okay, and the reason you will delete those things, especially if it's like an Instagram or something, if someone first comes to your Instagram and sees that every 5th post is a salesy type post, often they won't follow you. But if you've deleted those old ones and all they see is 3 or 4 sales ones, but everything else is good value content, often they will then go, yeah, I'll follow that person and do that sort of thing. So, but make sure you're selling with your social media. Make sure your website is selling. Add value on there, but sell. Your emails, great. Give me good content. Your blog, excellent. Give me great content on your blog. But don't only give me content. Make sure that every 4th, 5th, you're communicating with me about a product of yours. And if you believe in it, you're adding value to the person by letting them know about it. You know, if your product is good and the person following you is following you for a reason, you're adding value anyway, and so therefore it's a great offer. Does that make sense? Have I explained that well?
A lot of sense. And what is interesting, I've never heard the idea of deleting some things, but that's a great idea. I'm actually, when we're done with this, I'm going to go look.
What do I need to delete? You know, it's
right.
It's some of those things. It's interesting because, you know, social media needs to be social. It really does. It needs to be human to human. Be genuine. Be the human you are. Don't try and be those sorts of things. You know, if there's a birthday in your office, celebrate the birthday. But that doesn't need to be on your social media forever. You know, that you can hide it. You don't even have to delete it. You just hide it from your timeline if it's Facebook or if it's, you know, many different ways to take a look at that. So I think that when we touch on, I didn't number these today, Tony, so I'm forgetting what even number I'm up to. I know I got 10, so I know we'll be fine and all that sort of stuff. But when you sit back and you start thinking about content marketing and you understand the principle of I need to be in as many places as I can so people can find me. When they start looking for me, how do they find me? And, you know, people if we go back in the history of people buying, you know, people would go to the general store and the person at the general store would educate them on the new products that week because there are only 4 new products that week. I have no clue how many new products are introduced per hour across the planet today, but it's tens of thousands, whatever the number is. Right. So people have to do their own research and have to do their information shopping, so they do that.